What's up? Blues Dad here. It's Friday night, and I'm in my favorite spot. I'm just checking my phone because that's what people do. They check their phones, when they don't really care about what's happening and what's going on. What? No. Oh, no, it's nothing. Oh, it's nothing. Stupid phone. So yeah, I'm here to play with my toys, and I just wanted to show you guys how great this thing is. Um, I don't know. This one I modified it with the TL072 op amp. Normally it has a TL4558 op amp, and I don't really like how that sounds. Maybe it's good for overdrive, but for a pedal, which I'm really just trying to use to get more clarity from the sound, it's not working. And if you look at the data or the specs for a 4558 op amp and you compare them against the TL072 op amp, you're going to find that they're not only different, but the better. And that doesn't mean it's better sounding. They're just better specs in terms of noise and bandwidth and slew rate and characteristics like that. But sometimes when you have a special application, and that's what most of my pedals are, it's because of this guitar. It's because this guitar has some unique pickups, and it actually has a very neutral sound. But the pickups are quite powerful, and they have a wide range. I think that because the design is different than a PAF humbucker or a 50s single coil pickup, which seems to be what 80% of the market for pickups wants. Anyway, I don't want to talk about pickups. I want to talk about this. But yeah, this is really good because it's got I really particularly noticed that with this guitar, a cut at 500 hertz really cleans things up, and it takes the ooh and makes it takes a kind of the cow sound, the moo sound out of when you try to use the neck pickup on the guitar. And what else? Oh yeah, just one real quick thing to show you about this pedal. I mean, I guess the appeal for careful. A lot of people would be that the EQ bands on this are very similar to the 10-band EQ that MXR makes. I had one of those and it was great, but it was required. It was big and it had a big footprint, required a big power supply, and it was really had a bright sound, but also really bright LEDs. This one's got a glow in the dark LED. And it's reflective, which is pretty clever. I mean, it's a way to make the pedal more visible on dark stages without, using any power. So convenient little features like that, and the LED here also tells you that the battery's low, which is a lot of pedals do that, but it's not so obvious. They'll either blink, which I think that just scares people, like it's going to self-destruct, or you can't really tell. One thing also, you can unscrew this with your hand to replace the battery. And let me show you real quick. I have this new battery from EBL. I guess you should be able to see that pretty clearly, maybe. And you got that on Amazon. I got that on Amazon.com. It was real cheap. All I did was Google best battery for a guitar pedal, and that came up, and it was the only one that came up, so I bought it and gave it a try. And then I was at my lady friend's house, and I noticed there was just a 9-volt rechargeable battery laying around by Toshiba. I got that. I asked her if I could have it, and she said sure, because she wasn't going to use it for her pedals, or I should give it back. And there's some nice guitars at her house. Leave them there. But anyway, noticed that one died after about a day, and it said 200 milliamp hours on it. And these are 600 milliamp hours, and you know something? They're bigger. So they might not fit inside of pedals so well. But I put one of these inside of my Boss DD3. Any digital delay pedal is probably going to drain the battery like in 5 minutes. Like maybe you could get less than an hour of playing out of a 600 milliamp battery. Yeah, you'd be lucky if it lasts an hour. With a Line 6 Echo Park or something like that. But with a Boss DD3, actually it lasted about a day of more or less continuous use. I think I left the buffer in, and I just left it on because I was trying to drain the battery, which you need to do to get it to work right. But the Toshiba battery, I wouldn't even try that. The Toshiba battery in this open road pedal, which has got a nice buffer, I don't know if that affects consumption. It probably doesn't. I'm blah blahing about the technical side of things, but you probably want to hear this pedal now. So I'm going to plug in my good microphone and play a little bit. I'm going to play just a little bit, and then I'm going to go to the bar. always sounds great. This pedal, I've had every version of this pedal, and this is the best, and they're all great. This is something it's supposed to sound like this. It sounds different, and that's why I love it. And this sounds different from your typical MXR or Boss graphic equalizer, and so I love it too. And I really think it sounds better with this TLO72 op amp. And this is just no time to use this today, but maybe next time. And that's all. I'm gonna go to the bar now. Happy weekend, everybody.